This is Tamara from Mindfully Balanced. I thought I'd bring you a nice little flow, mostly seated here today. To start with, I did want to cover a little bit of basics. Please work within the scope of what works for your body. If something is painful, come out of it. Take a seat, come to child's pose, whatever you need for your body here today. I do have some props available here. I'm on Anne's back porch, which is, look at her beautiful yard. And hi, Pip. Pippi's going to join us in and out apparently. She likes yoga. So Anne does have some props here. We have some yoga blocks and a yoga bolster. But if you don't have those and you need something, instead of blocks, you can roll up a blanket or stack some books, anything that's got a nice firm surface for you if you need the blocks. And a bolster could just be a rolled up blanket or a nice firm pillow, whatever you have available to you. Make do, look around, see what you have. You don't need to buy anything special. Just honor your body. So let's go ahead and come seated. I'm going to choose easy seat, but you can have your legs out long if this is uncomfortable for you. Just lengthening into the spine and closing over the eyes, letting the crown of the head draw up towards the heavens. Eyes close over, chin comes parallel with the ground. Maybe pulling the chin back towards the neck just a bit, not bending into the neck to do so, just pulling it back a little to help lengthen that back of the neck just a tiny bit more. Let the shoulders come away from the ears and slide down the back. The palms can rest gently on the knees, or they can be face up in the lap, whatever works for you here. But make sure that you're not gripping onto the knees to help keep you upright. Just let the palms be light on the knees. Just begin to focus in on your breath here, noticing the inhale, feeling the lungs expanding and the belly expanding out as the breath comes in. And then exhaling, letting the air come fully out of the lungs. The belly button pulls in towards the spine to help expel that air. Just a few nice deep breaths here, in through the nose, nice and big. And exhaling slowly out the nose, belly pulls in towards the spine. Taking your time for one more nice big breath. Feel those lungs expand. Maybe your collarbones press just a bit with that breath. And then exhaling it fully, letting it all go, letting all that air out. And then go ahead and begin this time as you inhale to count the inhale, noticing if it's a 4, 5, or 6 count. And then exhaling, working to let your exhale match that inhale, nice and deep. Inhaling, counting the breath in. Exhaling, counting the breath out. Continuing through that cycle, giving the mind something to focus on as we breathe, allowing it to settle into your mat here. Allowing those racing thoughts to calm, slow down. Just focusing in on the counting of the breath in and out. And then I invite you, if you'd like to take this a little bit further, on the next inhale, count your breath. And when you're done with that inhale, just suspend the breath, holding it up at the top for that same count. And then exhaling for that count. And at the bottom, holding that breath, suspending it just for that count again. Keeping in mind that our breath holds are not like we're getting ready to dive into the deep end of the pool. Just a simple hold of the breath, a little suspense there. Working on our square breathing here to help calm and center us. Keeping the brain occupied while we focus in on that breath. Allowing the body to unify with the breath and us to just notice it. Continuing that cycle of breathing in for that count, holding at the top, exhaling for the count, and holding at the bottom. Going ahead and completing one more round of that breathing. Inhaling deeply, holding at the top, exhaling fully, and holding at the bottom. And then gently going ahead and letting the breath return to normal. Inhaling in through the nose and exhaling fully through the nose. I invite you to bring your hands to heart center and take a moment to consider an intention for your practice. Maybe there's something you need to invite in or let go of. I'm sure we all have a lot going on right now that comes to mind, but whatever the first thing is usually what you need most. Maybe that's peace or clarity or a little calm, a little acceptance. Whatever that word is that comes to you, that should be your intention. And then we're going to take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, side out the mouth, letting it go, sending the palms down back onto the knees. Taking another nice deep breath in. And another nice letting go sigh, breathing it out the mouth. One more time, inhaling deeply in. And exhaling, sighing it out, letting it go. And then I invite you to keep the eyes closed or let them drift open, whatever feels more natural to you here. We're just going to get a little gentle movement in through the neck muscles here. So go ahead and bring the chin down to the chest, reaching that cervical spine a little up towards the ceiling, letting you get a little length in there, feeling that opening, letting the shoulders stay light and down the back, not shrugging them up towards our ears here. And then on an inhale, begin to send the head back, looking up towards the sky, opening up that throat. Inhaling, dropping the belly down, letting the neck be long in the back. And then in next inhale, sending the gaze back up, chin up towards the ceiling, opening up. Inhaling, chin down to chest. And then slowly begin to circle the right ear over to the right shoulder. Gaze goes back. Left ear goes to left shoulder, chin comes center. Going ahead and making 2 more circles with the neck, slowly moving right ear to right shoulder, around the back, left ear to left shoulder, chin comes down. Checking in with those shoulders again, making sure that they're falling down and away from the ears as you take that cervical spine around. Chin comes back center. Pause here, bring the gaze up. Begin to sweep the arms up overhead, reaching up tall here. Drop the right hand down to the left ear. Left hand comes down to the mat. Begin to pull that right ear into the right shoulder, opening up. You can let the fingertips reach here or walk them a little further out if you need a little more sensation. Feeling that nice movement in the neck here, nice stretch in that neck muscle. Probably all staring at our phones and TVs a little bit more right now, so opening up that neck will help release some tension there. And then inhaling, releasing that down, hand comes down. We're going to take a few Sufi circles here with our body as well, so begin to send the body over to the right, and then slowly coming forward, and then over to the left, arching the back like that cat-like spine, hands on the knees to help. Moving around a couple of times here with yourself, taking your time with your breath. What's up, Pip? Taking one more circle around, taking your time, feeling each little nuance here in your body, noticing what comes up for you, where that feels good or not, and then go ahead and coming back to center. We're going to bring our left hand to our right knee. Our right hand's going to come in behind us, and we're going to twist gently to the right, gazing out over that right shoulder, keeping our spine long, bringing our right hand in close to our bum, gazing over that shoulder, keeping that breath moving, and then slowly coming back to center, walking the hands out in front of us, hinging from the hips, folding forward. If you're staying upright, go ahead and tuck the chin into the chest. If you're able to bring your forehead down to the ground, go ahead and feel free to do so, as long as you can do it safely without causing any pain. Letting go here and surrendering. And then slowly coming upright. Go ahead and uncross the legs and cross them back the other way. So whichever leg was in front now is in back. We'll start to move through a little bit of that again. So go ahead and lengthen into the spine, bring the hands to the knees, find that nice sitting posture once again, and then go ahead and tuck the chin into the chest, reaching that cervical spine long once again. And then rolling the head back, looking up towards the sky. Chin comes down to chest, opening up the neck, the back of the neck. And then chin comes up to the sky, opening up the throat. Chin comes down into the chest, and then we begin to make those circles, left ear to left shoulder, rolling the head back, right ear to right shoulder, chin comes center. Go ahead and do 2 more rounds of that with your own breath and time, taking your time and knowing that you can always pause if it feels really nice somewhere. You need a little more opening in that area. Moving slowly with your breath, maybe closing the eyes to help keep you centered. When you're done with your second circle, go ahead and come back to center, lift the gaze. And we'll go ahead and inhale and sweep the arms up again. This time left hand comes to right ear pulls down towards the shoulder, right hand comes down, fingertips to the mat. And again, you can walk those fingertips out to help get a little deeper stretch into that neck. Notice that left shoulder, if it's wanting to creep up towards the ears, let it fall away, almost like a little game of cat and mouse between the shoulder and the ear is drawing towards the shoulder and the shoulder is trying to get away. And just a nice little length here, feeling that muscle that's probably a little tight there, letting it go, sending the breath there if necessary. And then slowly releasing. Inhaling both arms up. This time right hand comes to left knee, left hand comes behind. We're twisting out the opposite direction. Gaze is going out over that left shoulder. You should be seeing a different view than you did the last time you twisted. So if you're seeing the same thing, maybe you're twisting the same way again. Just making sure we keep ourselves balanced on both sides. This is also really good for our spine and our digestive organs here. So it's a nice little pose. And then slowly coming back to center. One last time, walk the fingertips out, reaching them long, hinging from the hips, keeping the spine long, letting the chin come into the chest or the forehead come down to the mat. Just feeling that nice release, letting the hips be heavy here, sinking down into the ground. Not trying to roll up off of the ground with our hips. And we slowly begin to come back up, seated again. Go ahead and draw the legs out, give them a little shake here. Ooh, my hips are tight today. Go ahead and lengthen through those legs, let them go, shake, and then go ahead and come into your Dandasana staff pose. Let me go ahead and turn around to the side here. Make sure our sit bones are centered onto that grounding area there. Go ahead and flex into our feet. Maybe bend the knees a little here to start with. Find that nice length in the spine. The upper ribs and the lower ribs are pulling up. Maybe reach the arms up to feel that tallness here. Taking a breath in, begin to hinge from the hips, folding over, reaching the hands towards the feet. Thinking about drawing the crown of the head towards the feet as well. We all have a tendency to bring knees to nose, nose to knees, and that's not really what we're going for here. You should feel this in the low back and in the hamstrings. And then you can go ahead and begin to set the knees down if that feels good. Your hands can rest wherever they go. So they can go on your shins, the ground. They can reach for the toes if you're able, whatever feels good. Just letting go here. And that nice stretch and opening through the back body, the low back. And then slowly inhaling our way back up to center. Go ahead and reach the arms along here. We're going to roll down onto our back. So engage the legs. If you need to, you can bring the knees bent and the feet flat on the mat if that's a little better for your low back. Otherwise, reach the arms here either which way. Engage those arms, engage those legs. Tuck the tailbone under as you begin to roll yourself down, one vertebrae at a time, using your core to extend all the way down. And when you reach the ground, go ahead and send the arms overhead. Take a nice full body stretch here. Flex the feet, point the toes. Just begin to feel the whole length of your body here, reaching long from one end to the other. And then we're going to go ahead and settle in here. We're going to get a little side opening for the body with a little half moon pose. So go ahead and grab the left wrist with the right hand and begin to slowly pull that wrist over to the right side. Move the blocks out of the way. then we can stay here, keeping everything flat on the mat, or we can begin to walk our feet over to the right side of the mat as well. And if you really want to open up a little more, you can cross that left foot over the right ankle. Make sure we're keeping that left hip pressing down onto the mat. The left shoulder is pressing down onto the mat. And just open up here, stretching long. And then slowly letting it go, coming back to center. We switch our grip, grabbing right wrist with left hand, begin to pull over to the left side of the mat, and then walking the feet over to the left side as well. And if we want, we can cross ankle, heel over ankle on this side. Again, working that right hip, staying down on the mat. That right sit bone doesn't want to roll up. Sometimes we have a tendency to kind of roll into our side. That reduces the stretch that we're getting here. We want to make sure we keep that nice side body stretch, opening up the ribs, allowing the breath to flow, and then slowly coming back to center. One more time, full body stretch here, opening it all up. And then inhale and bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little love, a little hug here. Maybe rocking gently side to side if that feels good. We're going to extend our legs up into the air. We're going to bring our hands down underneath our sacrum here just to give ourselves a little bit of extra oomph here. And then if you want a little bit of core work in here, I'm going to give you some. If not, just stay here with your legs up the wall, resting here in this nice, lovely, restorative pose. But if you want just a tiny bit of core work, if you're coming to my classes, you know I hate core work, but it's a necessary evil. So we'll go ahead and begin to lower our feet down slowly to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we want to stop when we're about 45 degrees, maybe a little bit more. We want that low back to stay pressing into the mat here. Our core is engaged. We take another breath in and we begin to lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and hug those knees into the chest. Let it go. Maybe rock a little side to side. And then we're going to do that one more time. So go ahead and send the feet back up into the mat, into the air, flexing in. You can walk the hands underneath. If you want even more sensation for your core this time, you can do a full drawbridge. So your options here are to stay with legs up the wall, to just lower the legs, or you can lift both hands on either side of the thighs. Begin to lift your chest and chin up off the mat, sending the chin up towards the heavens without bending the neck. Taking a breath in, begin to lower the legs down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here, feel that core engaged. Take another breath in and lift back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. Go ahead and squeeze the knees in. Whoo! Gotta sneak that little bit of core work in to help keep our internal organs where they belong, help keep our back where it needs to be, keep everything nice and strong in there. Keep us all functioning well. Go ahead, one more time, send the feet up towards the heaven for a little leg up the wall, restorative pose. And then I invite you to bring the right knee into the chest, lower the left leg all the way down to the ground. Let that heel anchor down into the mat. Squeeze that right knee in, maybe a little bit closer to the shoulder here. Just giving it a little love. And then I invite you to begin to circle the foot on the ankle, going in one direction with the circle, and then twisting and going the other way with that circle. Just a little thing you might try to do every once in a while with your feet is maybe write the alphabet or your name, just to get a little movement into that ankle bone. Coming to stillness with the foot. We're going to go ahead and grab onto our knee and begin to make circles with that knee, moving the leg in the hip socket, but using our hands more than our muscles of our legs to move that knee around in a circle, and then going the other direction. So you may notice I'm keeping my eyes closed through most of this. You're welcome to have eyes open or eyes closed, but the sun is right above us and it's very bright. So eyes closed, a little inner love here. Go ahead and come to stillness. And then go ahead and bring that left knee in, give it a little hug. And then both legs go up into the air for legs up the wall posture one last time. We're going to bring that left knee in to squeeze, And lengthen that right leg and lower it slowly all the way down to the ground, anchoring the heel down once we're there, keeping that foot flexed. Trying not to forget about that right foot. Sometimes it hangs out there in space and you kind of forget it exists. Pulling that left knee into the left shoulder. Just a little more release on that hip flexor there, the back, the hips. And then go ahead again and begin to rotate that foot on the ankle here, going one direction in circles, and then going the other direction. Just a little movement there, inviting it in. Coming to find stillness there, grabbing onto the knee with both hands and begin to make circles with the knee, lubricating that hip joint, moving it around, and then slowly going the other direction. Taking your time to draw those circles again, letting the hands dictate the movement more than the muscles of the leg. And coming to stillness, squeezing that knee in. Go ahead and bring the other knee back into the chest. Give it a little love here. And then finally, goal posting or teeing the arms out to the side, taking a breath in, letting the knees fall over to the left side of the mat. Coming in for a gentle spinal twist here. We're working towards stacking hips, knees, and ankles. We're working that right shoulder down towards the mat. If our knees don't quite reach, we can grab a pillow, blanket, block, whatever we have to give a little, bring the ground up to our knees. But mostly we don't want to let that top hip come past the bottom hip. We want to keep them stacked or that top hip slightly behind, just to make sure that we're keeping our sacrum and low back safe here. Give yourself a little assist, pressing on to that top leg just a tiny bit if you need to. Your gaze can go up or out over that right arm, whatever feels better on your neck here today. And then I invite you to slowly bring those legs back to center, giving them a little help if you need to. And then letting them fall over to the right side of the mat. Same thing on this side, stacking those hips, knees, and ankles. Letting left shoulder press into the mat. Giving yourself a little assist if you need to. Bringing the block, bolster, whatever, under the knees on this side if you need. You can also put a block between or something between the knees. That's a lovely assist too if you need it. You may notice that one side feels a little tighter than the other. Feels a little harder to get into, and that's okay. We don't judge our body for that. We just notice, make ourselves aware. Working that nice twist here. This should feel lovely for all the sitting we've been doing, releasing that low back area, the hips. And then slowly bringing the knees back to center. And then I invite you here, if you're able, to reach between the knees, grab the insteps of the feet, maybe rock a little gently side to side for happy baby. If you cannot grab the insteps of the feet, drawing the knees down towards the armpits, go ahead and grab the thighs right inside the knee pit area. And then you can still rock gently side to side. You'll still get all the benefit here. Happy baby is one of my favorite poses for us to do because not only is it great for our low back and a little release, and it's a little playful and fun, but it also helps reset our neural pathways. And we could all use a little bit of brain power, I'm sure. Go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to touch, ankles and knees draw down, coming into your supine goddess. You can let the arms go wherever it's comfortable for you. Whatever feels good, opening up that heart, letting yourself be open completely, or bringing one hand to the belly and one hand to the chest to check in with yourself. Again, whatever is speaking to you in this moment is what you should do. There's no right or wrong. No one gets a gold star. Your gold star is feeling better and becoming one with your body. And just settling in here. And then when you're ready, I invite you to move into Shavasana, sending the feet long on the mat, drawing the heels to the edges of the mat. Arms come long by the sides. If you have a blanket or bolster and want to put it underneath your knees, that's a lovely option here. Palms can be face up or face down. If this is hard on your low back, you can go ahead and begin to walk the feet to the edge of the mat, bending into the knees, and let the knees knock together. Takes that pressure off the low back, and it's a beautiful option as well. Whatever option you've chosen, notice if your shoulders are pushing up towards your ears, and maybe wiggle walk them down just a bit. Maybe wiggle walk those hips away from the shoulders just a tiny bit more. And then just begin to let go. Feel the contact that your body is making with the ground here. Feel yourself going heavy. Letting the ground rise up to meet you and the body relax down into the earth. Slowly losing awareness of the outside sounds and just being. Breathing deeply in and breathing deeply out, letting it all go. Enjoying a few moments of peace. I'll mind the time and let you know when it's time to end. I invite you to begin to deepen your breath without finding movement just yet. Just allowing the breath to deepen a bit, the belly to rise. And then when you're ready, you can begin to find those small movements in the body, maybe wiggling fingers and then toes. Slowly making circles with the wrists and then the ankles. Finding any other movements that feel good in your body, maybe nodding the head side to side or taking a nice full body stretch here, opening up. And when the body feels ready, you can begin to walk those knees into the chest and give them one more giant hug, squeezing them in tight, sending yourself some loving thoughts here, thanking yourself for showing up for yourself today. And then rolling over onto your right side into fetal posture for that one last moment of rest. Take a moment to revisit that intention you set earlier in practice. Imagine that intention and what it means for your life, what it feels like, and how you will achieve it. Taking a nice deep inhale in, all the way filling up those lungs, opening the mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Letting go of anything that doesn't serve that intention. And then I invite you to slowly roll up into a seated posture, whatever is comfortable for you. And we'll close out our practice together. As together, one last time, we sweep our arms up overhead, palms pressing, pulling all of the good energy into our heart center, bowing chin to chest. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy. May we all be free. Namaste. Thank you all and have a lovely day.